Hi, Jonathan here, and yeah, we're now on to day 16 of our journey. So today I really wanted to talk to you about email abandonment. Email abandonment? No, I meant cart abandonment. That is obviously when someone goes part the way through the checkout process to buy a product but then doesn't complete it. So I want to just show you an email sequence I use to really help recover that. It can make a big difference to your overall profitability. Okay, so a quick recap on numbers from yesterday. So yesterday we did $807 in sales, and ad spend for so annoying that ad spend for yesterday is, you can see that doesn't quite show the whole row. Oh, there we go. So yeah, so the ad spend for yesterday was 310. As you know, it's down a bit from previous days because I've paused the retargeting campaigns, but I've literally just today added an extra £15 into the daily budget for my main campaign. And you know, depending on how things work out with this new VSL, I may increase that a little bit more. Anyway, so yesterday we spent 310, which is say $424. So 807 424, I actually have worked it out, is $383 profit yesterday, which is all good. And today we're at $354. We're at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be a stellar result, but hopefully maybe 700-ish or something like that end of today. But it should still hold us in profit, which is good. Whilst we do all this testing and try and keep refining and optimizing, as long as we can keep sort of making profits, it allows us to keep investing and moving things forward. So let's talk about cart abandonment. So what I did, I pulled together the stats from my funnel for the last 30 days to try and demonstrate exactly what goes on here. So what we have is this is the number of people who initiated the checkout. So we had 525 people start the checkout, 311 completed it. So basically I've got 214 people who sort of added to cart but didn't go through with the purchase. Now on my particular sales page, I use what is called a two-step checkout, and there's a very specific reason for that. So the idea is, first people put their first name, last name, email, and then click proceed to step 2, where they enter the payment details. And the reason that's done is the fact that you can start the checkout. So when somebody does this first part and clicks proceed to step 2, you can then, at least you've got their email address, even if they don't follow through with the purchase. Which means that obviously then you've got the opportunity to come back and follow up with them, right? So, but one thing I only just checked this out really, because I looked at it and I thought, well, my cart abandonment rate is 40%. I was thinking, wow, that seems like it's really high. 40% of people just don't go through and complete the purchase. Then I went and did a Google search on it, and it seems like the average cart abandonment is consistently around 70%, even though it varies by industry. So I think mine at 40%. Actually, I reflect on that and think, well, probably I'm actually doing pretty well. But anyway, there's always an opportunity there as to what we can do about these 214 people that didn't complete. Can we, through using few emails, actually get them to go ahead and finalize and complete their order? So how it works is what happens when people do this first part, this checkout, I say they've done their first name and they've done their email. As soon as they click on to proceed to, they get a tag automatically added to their contact details. Now, if they go ahead and complete the order, then that tag gets removed. But then what I've got is an automated email sequence that kicks in that just goes to the people who are left with the add to cart sequence. So what I've got is this is in my system account. I've got a series of 6 emails that go out over a relatively quick time frame, that obviously try to re-engage them back in the process. And obviously you can see, it's not that people weren't interested in the product or the course at all, because I've got high open rates of 51% there and there, 42%, even down to 39, 37 at the end. And how this sequence works, there's just a little sort of prompt to just to check, say, oh, we saw you added something. Did you miss something out, or that type of thing? And then so I've got one at 30 minutes, one at an hour, just trying to catch people who just may have either got distracted or had an issue with their card payment. And sometimes if they did, they'll email me back and just say, oh yeah, I tried to do it, but this didn't work. And we can then fix that problem. Then I've got a series of 3 emails that go out, one on one day, then 2 days apart, and they are offering sort of free lessons. So this is giving people a taster of actually what's inside the course, and obviously below that taster video there's also a link to go and buy, and then finally there's a last chance email there. Again, I'm not suggesting by any means it's the perfect email sequence, but the fact is it is there, and it does work. So this is actually what it sort of looks like again over the last 30 days. So I managed from these 214 people, managed to get 137 visits back to the offer page again. And of those 137, 31 actually went through then and completed the purchase. So from that add to cart sort of sequence, we had a conversion rate of 22.6%, and basically we sort of recovered effectively $865 in sales. And really that is pure profit, because at this stage we'd already paid to get sort of their contact details through our ads. That's part of our overall figure, but obviously so effectively we'd paid for them, and now it was a question of could we do something about it. So within a period of what was it, 7-8 days, we were able to recover then an extra 31 sales and $865 in revenue. So simple things like that, having those sequences in place can make a massive difference. And understanding the fact that actually, this cart abandonment number, that's say that on the face of it is mine at 40% is pretty good. So when I'm looking at it and going, okay, could I improve this? Could I make it better? I could. But it's a question of how much better, because already it seems to be performing pretty well. I could probably strengthen my email sequences and maybe add some extra incentive in there for people who didn't buy the first time around. But, I think these are smaller incremental numbers. So again, it's always a question of looking at what's going to have the biggest impact on things. Okay, so I hope that was useful, interesting, and tomorrow I'll probably get a little bit of a preview on how our VSL is working, and I'm not quite sure what else, but we'll see. Okay, have a great day, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Bye for now.